Something big is happening in the U.S. housing market, and it's hitting much harder than most people realize. Across the southern region of the country, cracks are beginning to show in what was once a booming real estate landscape. Home values are slipping, buyers are hesitating, and the cost of owning a home, between sky-high insurance premiums and rising property taxes, is reaching a breaking point. This isn't just a slowdown. For many homeowners, this feels like the early signs of a crash. But here's the problem. Most people won't see it until it's too late. The headlines are focused on national trends, but regional shifts are quietly disrupting local markets. And if you're not paying close attention, you could be buying into a bubble or holding on to a property that's losing value faster than you think. In today's video, we'll break down the top 10 southern states where housing market is crashing fast. We've gathered the latest numbers on average home prices, insurance costs, property taxes, and more, so you can see the full picture before making your next move. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer, a seasoned investor, or just trying to protect your equity, this video is your wake-up call. Stay tuned, because what we uncover in the next few minutes could completely change how you think about real estate in the South in 2025. Subscribe to the Globe Realty for weekly videos on real estate trends, investment tips, and market deep dives. And let's count them down. Number 10. Tennessee. Let's kick off this countdown in a place that was once a darling of post-pandemic migration, Tennessee. A few years ago, Tennessee's housing market was on fire, drawing in out-of-state buyers with promises of low taxes, beautiful scenery, and no state income tax. Cities like Nashville, Chattanooga, and Knoxville exploded with new developments and bidding wars. But in 2025, the tune is starting to change. Home prices are cooling, and inventory is climbing fast. What was once a seller's playground is slowly tipping back in the buyer's favor. But don't be fooled, this isn't a buyer's paradise either. Here's why. The average homeowner in Tennessee is now shelling out around $2,450 a year on insurance, a sharp increase driven by more frequent extreme weather events and broader inflationary pressures in the insurance market. Add in an average property tax of $1,380, and affordability starts slipping out of reach for many locals, especially first-time buyers. And it's not just the numbers. Wages aren't keeping up, and job growth in some key sectors is stalling. That perfect storm of rising costs and economic slowdown is quietly reshaping the real estate landscape. Have you noticed more for sale signs staying up longer in your neighborhood? Are you seeing price drops on listings that would have sparked bidding wars just a year ago? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what's really happening on the ground. Tennessee isn't collapsing, but the signs of stress are clear. And if this is what number 10 looks like, just wait until you see who tops the list. Stay with us, because the deeper we go, the clearer the warning signs become. Number 9. South Carolina. The cobblestone streets, ocean breeze, southern charm. South Carolina has long been a picture of real estate promise. From the historic allure of Charleston to the quiet retreat of Myrtle Beach, the Palmetto State attracted thousands of homebuyers looking for affordability, culture, and coastline. But beneath the surface, the numbers are telling a different story. In 2025, inventory is rising. Sellers are staying on the market longer. Price reductions are no longer rare. They're expected. The South Carolina housing market is cooling and fast. The reasons? They're layered. First, the average homeowner's insurance bill has climbed to about $2,340 per year, a sharp jump driven by escalating storm risks and flood-prone coastal properties. Then there's property tax, coming in at an average of $1,285 annually. Not the highest, but still part of a growing affordability equation. But the real strain? Wage stagnation. While housing costs soared, many residents found their incomes lagging far behind. The result? Buyers are priced out. Investors are pulling back. And locals? They're starting to worry. Let's pause here for a second. Are you a South Carolinian who's noticed more open houses, fewer bidding wars, or neighbors struggling to sell? Or maybe you've considered investing there, until the numbers made you think twice? Share your experience in the comments. This channel thrives on real stories from people on the ground. South Carolina may still look like a dream, but right now, it's waking up to some tough market realities. And this is only number 9. The deeper we go, the more troubling the trends. Number 8. Georgia. All right, let's talk about Georgia, because things here are getting complicated. If you've been keeping an eye on the housing market, you probably remember how Georgia, especially Atlanta, was one of the hottest tickets during the pandemic boom. Everyone wanted in. Prices shot up, demand outpaced supply, and homes were flying off the market in days, sometimes hours. But here's the thing, that red-hot streak? It's cooling down fast. In 2025, Georgia's market is showing clear signs of stress. Inventory is climbing, sellers are slashing prices. And the buzz? It's not what it used to be. The average homeowner's insurance is now hovering around $2,680 per year, and it's rising, thanks to inflation and growing storm risks in parts of the state. Add in property taxes at roughly $1,880 annually, and suddenly affordability isn't what it once was. But here's what's really fueling the slowdown. Buyers are getting cautious. Interest rates are still unpredictable, and a lot of folks are holding back, worried they might be buying at the top of a bubble. Let me ask you, are you in Georgia right now? Have you seen those price-reduced signs popping up more often in your neighborhood? Maybe you've been trying to sell, and it's just not moving like it used to? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm curious what you're seeing on the ground. Georgia hasn't crashed. Yet. But the foundation is shifting, and as we move down this list, the cracks in the southern housing market only get deeper. Stick around. The next one might surprise you. Number 7. Alabama, a quiet street. A for sale sign stands crooked in the front yard. The grass is overgrown, and the porch light flickers in the early evening. Once a symbol of southern affordability, Alabama's housing market is beginning to feel uncertain. For years, this state was a hidden gem. Low cost of living, friendly tax structure, and housing prices that felt too good to be true. And maybe they were, because now, buyers are pulling back, sellers are getting nervous. And the market, once steady, is starting to slip. The data doesn't lie. Average homeowner's insurance, $2,420 per year. Average property tax, $830 annually, one of the lowest in the country. But rising insurance premiums are starting to cancel out that tax advantage. Factor in economic uncertainty, a rise in extreme weather events, and the fact that many Alabama cities lack the job growth to support price increases. And you've got a market that's teetering. And it's not just numbers, it's emotion. People are second-guessing their purchases, investors are backing off, and long-time homeowners are asking the question, did we miss the peak? So here's a question for you. If Alabama, one of the most affordable states in the South, is feeling the pressure, what does that say about what's coming next? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What are you seeing where you live? Because this countdown is only heating up. And the deeper we go, the darker the forecast becomes. Number 6. Louisiana. Let's talk about reality, the kind too many people are ignoring. Because in Louisiana, the American dream of homeownership is being torn apart. Not by market speculation, not by overbuilding, but by something far more relentless, the soaring cost of risk. In 2025, Louisiana's housing market isn't just cooling, it's choking under the weight of insurance premiums that have become flat-out unaffordable. The average homeowner here now pays over $4,000 a year in insurance, more than double what buyers paid just a few years ago. Why? Hurricanes, floods, and a collapsing insurance market. Major insurers are pulling out, new policies are harder to get, and the ones that remain? Punishingly expensive. Even with property taxes relatively low at around $1,010 per year, the total cost of ownership has spiked beyond what many middle-class families can handle. And what happens next is what always happens when fear enters a market. Buyers hesitate, sellers panic, investors exit, listings sit, prices fall. The emotional shift is real. People are no longer asking, can I afford this house? They're asking, can I afford to protect it? Let me ask you, if your insurance bill doubled overnight, would you still be in the market to buy? Would you stay in your home? Sound off in the comments. Because this story isn't just about Louisiana. It's a warning for every state sitting on the edge of climate risk and economic vulnerability. And trust me, if this is number 6, what's coming next will leave you speechless. If you're finding this video eye-opening so far, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps us bring you more in-depth real estate insights every week. Also, drop a comment below. Are you seeing signs of a housing slowdown in your area? We want to hear your first-hand experience. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future insights on global real estate. Stay tuned for the rest of this countdown because the states we reveal next will shock you. Number 5. Mississippi. Mississippi has long been known as one of the most affordable places to call home in the South. But in 2025, that reputation is facing serious challenges. Imagine a family who's counted on low property taxes and reasonable living costs to build a future. Now that safety net is unraveling. The average homeowner's insurance in Mississippi has climbed to about $2,200 annually, while property taxes hover around $910 per year. Both manageable numbers on paper. But here's the catch. Insurance premiums are rising faster than wages, and unexpected weather events keep testing the limits of coverage. This creeping pressure is quietly squeezing affordability. Buyers are hesitating, sales are slowing, and prices that once seemed stable are starting to dip. But there's more beneath the surface. The state's economy, traditionally reliant on manufacturing and agriculture, is not growing fast enough to support a robust housing market. Job opportunities are limited, and many young people are moving away to bigger cities. So here's a question for you. If affordability is slipping in Mississippi, how long before it becomes a warning signal for other cheap markets across the South? Tell us in the comments. Are you noticing shifts in your local market? Are homes staying longer on the market where you live? Mississippi's story isn't just about numbers. It's about people's hopes, livelihoods, and the future of Southern housing. And as we get closer to the top of this list, the challenges only intensify. Number 4. Florida. Florida, the land of endless sunshine, palm trees, and dream homes by the beach. For decades, it's been a magnet for retirees, investors, and families chasing the ideal lifestyle. But beneath that radiant exterior lies a storm brewing that many are ignoring. In 2025, Florida's housing market is showing clear signs of strain. Homeowners are now facing average insurance premiums soaring past $3,000 annually, some paying even more depending on their location. Flood zones, hurricanes, and relentless storms have turned insurance into a luxury many can't afford. Meanwhile, property taxes average around $2,200 a year, adding another heavy layer to the cost of ownership. But it's not just the numbers that tell the story. Economic pressures, inflation, and rising interest rates are forcing buyers to pause, rethink, or even walk away. Sellers who once saw multiple offers now struggle to attract buyers, and communities that thrived on real estate growth are facing uncertainty. Ask yourself, if the state that symbolizes warmth and opportunity is grappling with such headwinds, what does that mean for you as a homeowner or investor? Are you seeing homes linger on the market longer? Are insurance premiums squeezing your budget tighter than ever? Share your experience in the comments. Your story matters here. Florida's glow may still shine, but shadows are lengthening. And as we move to the top 3 on this list, the challenges grow darker, and the consequences more severe. Number 3. North Carolina. North Carolina was once the crown jewel of Southern real estate. Booming cities like Raleigh and Charlotte fueled by tech growth, a flourishing economy, and a lifestyle that attracted newcomers by the thousands. But 2025 tells a different story. The market is cooling fast. Average homeowners insurance is climbing to about $2,750 annually, and property taxes, hovering around $450, are adding to the pressure. But those numbers alone don't capture the real crisis. Behind the scenes, economic headwinds are gaining strength. Job growth has slowed. Inflation bites into take-home pay. Mortgage rates keep homebuyers on the sidelines. The once hot demand is now met with growing inventory, and that's driving prices down. More homeowners are seeing their property values drop for the first time in years. Some are underwater on their mortgages. Others are delaying plans to buy or sell altogether. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. Is North Carolina's market signaling a temporary cooldown or the early tremors of a deeper collapse? Are you noticing changes in your neighborhood? Longer listing times, price cuts, fewer bidding wars? Let us know below. Your insight could help others navigate these uncertain waters. North Carolina's crossroads isn't just a regional story. It's a critical chapter in the unfolding Southern housing crisis. And as we edge closer to number 1, the warning signs become impossible to ignore. Number 2, Texas. Texas, land of big dreams, wide open spaces, and booming cities like Houston, Dallas, and Austin. For years, it was the unstoppable juggernaut of southern real estate growth. But now, the giant is showing cracks. In 2025, Texas homeowners are battling soaring costs that threaten to stall the market. Insurance premiums average around $3,200 annually, driven higher by severe weather events, hailstorms, flooding, and wildfires that have insurers scrambling. Property taxes in Texas are notoriously high, averaging nearly $3,000 per year, one of the steepest burdens in the country. When you combine that with rising insurance costs, owning a home here is becoming a real financial squeeze for many families. The result? Buyers are stepping back, inventory is swelling, prices are softening, and in some areas, plunging. But the real danger lies deeper. Texas has long been seen as a safe bet, a place where economic growth and housing demand would always pull the market up. Now, with inflation biting and interest rates climbing, even Texas isn't immune. Homeowners face shrinking equity, investors are cautious, and the market's momentum is stalling. Ask yourself, if the powerhouse state of Texas can't escape these pressures, what hope is there for others? Have you felt the pinch in your Texas neighborhood? Are you seeing signs of the market turning? Drop a comment below. We want to hear your story. Texas may be huge, but its housing market's troubles are proving just how vulnerable even the strongest can be. Number 1, Arkansas. If you thought the challenges in the South were bad before, meet Arkansas, the state at the very heart of the housing market storm. In 2025, Arkansas isn't just cooling off. It's reeling. Homeowners here are slammed with some of the highest insurance premiums in the nation, averaging well over $4,000 a year. Hurricanes, flooding, and an insurance industry in crisis have pushed costs beyond what many families can bear. Property taxes hover around $1,000 annually, but when your insurance skyrockets, that tax burden feels like a drop in the bucket. This isn't just a market correction. It's a warning sign screaming from every corner. When insurance costs spiral, housing markets collapse. Buyers are vanishing. Sellers are desperate. Foreclosures are ticking upward. And neighborhoods once full of promise are facing decline. Ask yourself, could you afford to keep your home if your insurance doubled or tripled? This crisis in Arkansas isn't isolated. It's a harbinger for coastal and high-risk areas everywhere. If you live in a vulnerable market, share your experience below. What changes are you seeing? The South's housing market is at a crossroads. Arkansas is ground zero, and the fallout will echo far beyond its borders. And there you have it. The top 10 southern states where housing market is crashing fast in 2025. If this video gave you new insights or changed how you see the market, please hit that like button. It really helps us reach more people like you. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss our latest updates on real estate trends, tips, and market analysis. We're here to help you make smart moves in an unpredictable market, and I want to hear from you. What's happening in your local housing market? Are you seeing signs of a slowdown or recovery? Drop a comment below. Your experience might just help someone else navigate these challenging times. Remember, knowledge is power in real estate. Stay informed, stay prepared, and as always, keep building your path to financial freedom. Catch you in the next video.